Your chronological age is fixed. It is a number on your birth certificate that moves forward, 1 year at a time. But your biological age? That is negotiable. And this difference is not philosophical. It shows up in measurable systems in your blood, markers, muscle tissue, insulin response, and brain function. Today, we will explore why some 60-year-olds have the cellular profile of someone 20 years younger, and why others, despite their best efforts, feel decades older than they are. The difference is not genetics alone. Research suggests genetics account for only about 20% of how we age. The remaining 80% is shaped by the daily biological signals we send to our cells. If you are in your 30s, what we discuss today is about prevention building a foundation that protects you decades from now. If you are over 50, this is about active recovery, restoring biological flexibility you may have lost. This video is not about trends, biohacking fads, or shortcuts. It is based on peer-reviewed research from medical journals and leading institutions such as Harvard, Stanford, and the Mayo Clinic. No hype, just science. Habit 1. Resistance movement, the metabolic anchor. Let's start with a concept most people fundamentally misunderstand. Aging does not happen evenly across the body. It accelerates through specific systems, and one of the first and most critical to decline is skeletal muscle. After the age of 30, the human body begins a silent process called sarcopenia. Left unchecked, adults lose roughly 3 to 8% of muscle mass per decade. After 60, that decline accelerates sharply. But muscle loss is not just about strength or appearance. Biologically, muscle cells function as the body's primary glucose sink. When you eat carbohydrates, they are broken down into glucose. Healthy muscle tissue acts like a sponge, pulling glucose out of the bloodstream to be used as fuel. When muscle mass declines, that sponge shrinks. This leads directly to insulin resistance, chronic inflammation, mitochondrial stress, and accelerated cellular aging. Research published in the Journal of Physiology and The Lancet shows that resistance training sends one of the strongest anti-aging signals we know of. Even 2 or 3 sessions per week using body weight, resistance bands, or weights activate molecular pathways that preserve bone density and metabolic function. You do not need extreme workouts. You need consistent signals. Habit 2. Protein distribution, the repair signal. But movement alone is not enough. Exercise creates the signal. Nutrition determines whether the body responds. This brings us to the second habit, protein distribution. There is a common belief that older adults need less protein. Science suggests the opposite. Due to a process called anabolic resistance, aging muscle requires more precise protein, signaling to maintain itself. Most people consume the majority of their protein in a single large evening meal. Problem is that muscle protein synthesis functions like a switch. It needs to be activated multiple times per day. When protein intake is concentrated into one meal, muscles spend long periods in a catabolic or breakdown state. Clinical studies show that distributing protein evenly, approximately 30 to 40 grams at breakfast, lunch, and dinner, keeps the repair signal active throughout the day. Think of it as supplying raw materials to a maintenance crew. Without steady delivery, even the best exercise program cannot slow biological decline. Habit 3. Post-meal movement, flattening the curve. Even with proper movement and protein timing, there is a silent accelerator of aging that activates every time you eat. Blood sugar volatility. Aggressive glucose spikes trigger a process called glycation. Sugar molecules bind to proteins and fats, forming compounds known as advanced glycation end products, or AGEs. These compounds damage collagen, stiffen blood vessels, disrupt DNA repair, and accelerate aging. The third habit counters this with surprising simplicity: post-meal movement. Data from continuous glucose monitoring shows that 10 to 15 minutes of light walking immediately after meals significantly flattens the glucose curve. This is not exercise, it is metabolic management. By activating muscle tissue, glucose is pulled out of the bloodstream before it can cause cause oxidative damage. This improves insulin sensitivity in real time and lowers cellular stress. Lower daytime glucose volatility prepares the body for something far more important happens at night. Habit 4. Sleep optimization. The glymphatic cleanse. All the biological signals you send during the day are processed during sleep. Sleep is not rest, it is active repair. During deep sleep, the brain activates the glymphatic system, a clearance network that flushes metabolic waste and toxic proteins accumulated during waking hours. This is also when growth hormone release peaks, supporting tissue regeneration, immune regulation. Research from the University of California, Berkeley shows that even partial sleep deprivation can increase insulin resistance the following day to levels comparable to pre-diabetes. Over time, poor sleep does not simply cause fatigue. It physically accelerates aging in the brain, cardiovascular system, and metabolism. Consistency is critical. The circadian system relies on regular sleep timing. Eliminating blue light exposure at least 60 minutes before bed is not a lifestyle suggestion. It is a biological requirement. Habit 5. Structured eating windows. Activating autophagy. For cellular repair to fully occur, the body needs periods of digestive silence. This brings us to the 5th habit, structured eating windows. Constant eating keeps insulin elevated. As long as insulin remains high, a vital longevity process called autophagy stays suppressed. Autophagy, from the Greek for self-eating, is the body's internal recycling system. It identifies damaged proteins, dysfunctional mitochondria, and cellular debris, breaking them down to build new, healthy components. Time-restricted eating research shows that allowing 12 to 14 hours without caloric intake permits insulin levels to drop low enough for autophagy to activate. This is not about extreme fasting or calorie restriction. It is about timing. Think of autophagy as a cleaning crew that can only enter the building after work hours. If eating never stops, the cleaning never begins. These habits do not work independently. They function as an integrated system. Resistance movement preserves metabolic capacity. Protein distribution supplies continuous repair signals. Post-meal movement stabilizes glucose. High-quality sleep enables cellular restoration. Structured eating windows activate deep cellular cleanup. Perfection is not required. Consistency is. At Longevity Lab Worldwide, we do not promote miracle cures or exaggerated claims. We translate high-level research into clear, actionable understanding without shortcuts. Aging is inevitable, but the speed at which you age and how well your body functions over time is a variable you can influence. To help you apply these principles, we have created a 7-day longevity checklist, structured, manageable way to begin implementing these habits without overwhelm. You will find it linked below. Continue exploring Longevity Lab Worldwide. No hype, just science.